G'day, and welcome back to Chaos Woodworking. Canada Day is quickly approaching, and in front of you, you see 6 wooden flags that I've built in this shop. Behind me, we got a 10 by 20. It's got the stained natural wood finish with the epoxy finish. This big boy is 20 by 40, and it's got the painted with the charred finish. This one's 16 by 32. And it's got the white with the red paint. The one down there, that's a 10 by 20, and it's got the white with the sparkly red. This one is to pay homage to the Tragically Hip, and it's 11 by 22, and it's got some vinyl graphics on it with it. It again is painted with the charred finish. And this bad boy is a 12 by 24, and it's got the red paint with a charred finish on it. And in this video, this flag we're building. So hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll be able to build one of these for yourself. Happy Canada Day. So I use scrap material that I've already got left over from other projects, and we need 8 pieces 24 inches long. Now the 2 by 6, you can get 2 pieces out of it because I only make them 2 1/4 inches thick. And you don't have to worry if they're all perfectly 24 inches long. It's supposed to be a wavy flag, so there's variance in it, like a regular flag. Center saw 2 3/8. Pick your nicest side. Okay, so that's our 8 pieces cut out. And 8 pieces, there it is. So we're 24 inches long, 8 pieces gives us 12 1/8 wide. And the Canadian flag is equal dimensions, 12 by 24. So now, I'm just going to glue all these together and let it sit for the night. Good to the last drop. Now I use a brush to move the glue around because, well, it's water soluble. It's easy enough to clean up, and you get a really nice coating. There. Nice even coat on all of them. So, again, they don't have to be perfectly lined up. It's supposed to be a wavy flag. So this is a project you have a lot of leeway with. However, it's also one of the messiest projects I make. But we're going to let that dry overnight and come back tomorrow and shape it. So these things have been drying probably 4 days now. The weather has not cooperated, so and yes, I know this chainsaw's seen better days. And it's not the sharpest it could be, but got the job done. Shaper disc on the grinder. Talk about rough shaping a flag. It doesn't get much rougher than that. So we're done with the shaper disc. Now we're going to go get flapper disc. So I use a 40 grit flapper disc to get the shape all back in place. So this is definitely one of those projects that's messy as hell, and I know I should be wearing a respirator. Okay, so the rough sanding, rough shaping is all done. Outside, that's what you got. Nice and, it's not smooth, but you get the idea of what it's going to look like now. So now, because we've got hangers going on the back 16 inches away from each other, this is the time where you figure out what is top and bottom. So we're 24. So hangers are going there, roughly 2 inches down. So we
know we're good here. We should be good there. Let's see what this side does. All right, so this is the top because we got lots of meat there and lots of meat there to put our screws in. So that weighs up. Now we take our sander and we smooth it all down to, I go down to about 150 grain. That's an 80. Let's go a little bit coarser right off the hop. There. 40, 80. All right, we're going to go 40, 80, 180. Okay, so you probably noticed me digging right into these outside edges and all that. You got a sharp edge like that. It's not sharp, but it's like butter knife sharp. I found they're a pain in the ass because when you put the epoxy on, that's where it's going to flake, right? So I like rounding over all my edges so the epoxy can roll underneath and all that, and then you just sand off the bubbles at the back. But whenever I keep a sharp edge like that on, it's just a nightmare to put the epoxy on. I find anyways. So that's looking pretty good there now. As long as the deep ridges and all that are out, that's not bad. Like that, that's a nice looking flag. So now we'll go to the 80 grit. From the time I started the chainsaw to the time I got to this point here was about an hour and a half. So now, we're done with the power tools for a while. So I like using frog tape. A little bit more expensive, but you get a lot cleaner lines. Elevate it slightly. There's our arrow, so we want that away from us. So you can do just the white background like that one, the plain wood background like that one, but the one I'm going to do is a chart effect. And when you see the paint come to life, it's awesome. So we're going to do a 3/4 toast. So if I was doing a light toast, something like that, you just barely turning the grain, all right? Medium toast, a little bit darker. I don't go black. 3/4 toast, you want the grain to pop. Don't want the heat too close to that white plastic because that's actually shrink wrap. Gives it a nice, hey, how are you there? There you go. That's about a 3/4 toast. You can still see the wood, but there's a nice char on it. So now we find center. And from there you want to go find 6 inches either side of center. Again, it's a wavy flag. Okay, so the downfall, you still want the leaf to look centered and square. So you got your center, and you got your center, but as soon as you push down, like that, well, that's halfway across that one, that one's down there. So you have to manipulate it a little bit so that the points all look good on the lines. All right, so we're a little bit off center there, so we're going to take and move this one just a little bit like that. Get the crown done, and then we're going to adjust it just ever so slightly. Down into there. Those points don't look too bad, so we're just gonna, just a little bit, not too serious. This. Like that. So you can see it faintly. But these points, they're not off by very much. These points are pretty close, and that's pretty close to center, and that's a little bit off. Again, it's a wavy flag though, so it's you can get away with a little bit of tomfoolery. I like to start Okay, so the leaf is all good. Just gently go around, get rid of your pencil marks. Don't be abrasive, don't be aggressive or anything, because you will lift the tape up and you don't want to do that. And one more time, then we're ready for paint. That's not going easy. So a little bit of sawdust right now isn't going to hurt too much. When we get to the epoxy, that's when my shop is off limits to everything and anything, because you don't want any dust or anything falling on it. So I use cherry red, just craft paint. And you always want to work away from your tape. Away from the tape. So you're always pulling the tape back down on top of it. That way you have less chance of the paint working its way under the tape. I'm a dummy, yes I am, yes I am, yes I am. Caught that one in time, didn't we? There we go, that's beautiful. That's a nice straight line there. A little bit to clean up there. There you go. That leaf turned out really well though. Really good. Got a little bit to clean up there. But other than that, that turned out really good. So we'll let this dry. Okay, so it's all dry. I've let it dry overnight and all that. We got a couple little splatter marks here and here that we need to address. It looks like most of our pencil marks are gone. We got a little bit there to get rid of. Maybe a little bit along there and there. So we'll take the eraser to it while we can. But before that, we're going to mix some epoxy up. So I use a tabletop epoxy. And it's just a 50, sorry, it's a 1-to-1 mixture. So for the initial coating, we're going to make 4 ounces altogether, so 2 ounces of each. There we go. Okay, now that I've located my eraser, I'm going to get rid of some of these pencil marks that I can see. Okay, so after that, take your sharp Olfa knife, or whatever you're using. Gently lay these on their side because you don't want to damage the paint. And we seal every edge. That way, the chance of warping is completely minimized. And yeah, it's going to rock and roll a little bit on this. And that's why you have the screws there. Now, and this is where she comes to life. Okay, so all in all, this turned out really, really good. Not a whole lot of blotchy spots on it for the first coat. So we're going to mix ourselves up another batch.
Okay. Set that off to the side. I'm gonna take some 400 grit. Just to knock down high spots. That looks absolutely amazing. I'm very happy with how that looks. We might be able to get away with just 2 coats, but we won't know until tomorrow. So until then, cheers. Okay, so this is 2 coats of epoxy we put on this thing now, and I couldn't be happier with the results. Like, look at that shine. Look at that beautiful shine to it. It's got beautiful coverage. It's like glass finish on it right now. So now we need to do the back side of it and get it ready for hanging. So we'll set this off to the side. So we don't want to mar the finish. So I just use an old work sweater. Make sure there's no zippers or anything exposed. Bring your flag, turn it upside down on top of it. TD grit sandpaper should do the trick. So this is Sunbrella canvas. It's stuff they make boat tops out of. So our flag is 24 by 12. So you want to cut this 14 by 26. So this gives it a nice soft backer on the back of that and hides all this. We've got our epoxy on there to finish it. So this flag is pretty much airtight now. So it should be next to 0 chance of warping. I like to keep just inside. So I need my marker again. There we go. So I just eyeball this, line the edges up with the 2 outside corners, then roll it down 1. And from there, this is about center, so I'm going to go about 2 inches off center. Just put a couple short lines for now, so you know where you're going. And we're going 16-inch centers. So you're going to go 20 and 4. And that gives you 16 inches between them. And then I just write 16 like that. So they know it's 16 inches apart there. Let's get a bigger one on that. You see, you can move it around a little bit. Then double check your tips. Perfect, 16 inches. Chances of them hanging it on a wall where it's going to be where they want it and hit the studs, very slim. But it's a standard measurement, so let's go with it. There you have it. I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. It's gorgeous. Okay, I do understand this is a bit of a longer video. All reality, it took 4 days to build this flag, and to break 4 days down into 40 minutes, I thought I did pretty good. If you made it this far into the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. And until next time, cheers.